Hi there. Well, about opening up and closing down. A lot of people have slightly different thoughts and opinions about this, but in my opinion, it is really important to do just that when we are working with the spirit world. What that means is really just to put ourselves in the right inner condition to work, or to get back to our normal physical state. The reason we are opening up is because we need to put ourselves in the right inner condition to raise our consciousness to work at that level where the spirit world is. To still our physical mind to go into oneself and focus. We also do this even when we work only on the psychic level. So it is about an inner focus. We set the intention to work at each level. It is completely personal how we choose to do it, and we need to find our own way to flip the switch. We can make it as complicated as we like, or as simple as possible. I've changed the way I do this many times in my years in development, and I've gone through several different techniques. The important thing is that it really works for yourself with the way you think. So closing down means, as it sounds, closing ourselves down for the influences we opened ourselves up to. The same exercise we did when we open up to these energy levels can be used, but in the opposite direction. Today I have done it so many times, and I also feel that it is important that we develop and that this connection becomes easier and faster to establish the more we do it. Whether we make it complicated or simple, we put the intention first and then open or close ourselves. Today I tell myself that I am open, and when I close down I say to myself that, and it becomes a natural part of the work. When we close down, we turn off this condition and we go back into being ourselves in everyday life. It is not healthy to be open all the time to influences from the surroundings, which can result in unhealthy experiences. Some talk about grounding themselves and say we need to go out in the forest and hug a tree or walk barefoot on the lawn. Well, absolutely, we can do this if we feel like it. And if that helps us to be ourselves, well, go ahead. It's up to each individual. What is really meant here by this expression, ground yourself, is simply to be ourselves in everyday life, to be anchored in this world. It doesn't really have anything to do with walking in the forest or hugging a tree. It's about how we choose to think, quite simply. Thought controls everything. If we have our head up in the sky, we are of no earthly use. We need to use common sense and keep our feet firmly on the ground in order to do this work well. As we develop our abilities, we will certainly find our own way, which we feel more comfortable with, where we are at in our development at that stage. We're all so different, but this could be a good start. Before we do any exercise at all, we need to be in the right inner condition for that to happen. I personally would never start doing any exercise or working with the spirit world without first having sat for a while in the power to be the best I can be in this collaboration. Therefore, I recommend everyone to sit in the power and open up with this exercise before work begins, and likewise when finished. I have recorded 2 videos about opening up and closing down for you as well.